General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sonny Corinthos recently had a strategy session with Brook, who helped him out by arranging a visit with the best cardiologist in the country. Now Sonny just has to fly to Los Angeles for this appointment, without anyone finding out what he's really doing out there. Brook stressed the importance of keeping Sonny's heart condition quiet. It's particularly critical when it comes to the 5 families, since Sonny can't show any signs of weakness or the other key mob players could pounce. It looks like Natalia Ramirez will help Sonny come up with a cover story to explain his time in LA, but his explanation could easily fall apart. What if the truth somehow leaks and causes mob chaos back in Port Charles? Since Brook played it up as such a major concern, GH writers may have been hinting about the dangerous mayhem to come. Selena Wu has been an ally to Sonny at times, but she could easily turn on him depending on how things play out. We all know Selena does what's best for herself, so could she go after Sonny's territory? That's an option to consider, but we can't rule out other mob bosses and baddies shaking things up. We can't forget that someone just tried to wipe Sonny off the map with that explosive device, so this heart condition leak could add to the upheaval. Of course, Cyrus Renault could also get updates on Sonny's health woes and pose a threat another way. Since Cyrus has been targeting patients with digitalis, it's not a good idea for him to learn Sonny has been struggling with heart problems. Whatever the case, Sonny isn't safe for multiple reasons, and neither are the people he cares about. Michael Corinthos may not be the only one who gets tangled up in Sonny's risky business, so we'll bring you more predictions on what's in store. General Hospital spoilers say Sonny's Los Angeles trip could lead to disaster if he's not careful, so stay tuned to see if the news will indeed leak. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Will Monica's death lead to Drew's redemption on General Hospital? General Hospital spoilers suggest that the Drew Quartermain character has spiraled to new lows in the land of Port Charles. He was once a heroic character, jumping at the chance to save lives and help his friends, and he even threw himself under the bus with SEC to save Carly Spencer from any possible repercussions. Now, he's a slim ball who was not only seducing his nephew's wife, but also doing the deed with her mom behind her back. When he and Willow Corinthos succumbed to their passion, they decided to do so on the floor of his daughter's Quartermain mansion playroom on the very same day his daughter found out her mother had passed away. Is there any redeeming of the Drew character, or is he long gone? GH spoilers suggest that Drew is likely not headed on a road to redemption anytime soon. After all, the stunt he pulled during the Friday, January 17 episode of getting Tracy Quartermain arrested was a terrible move. Tracy will retaliate, and there's a good chance she'll do so by releasing the video of Drew and Willow's Q nursery hookup, which will not only ruin Willow's reputation, but also shatter Drew's political career. Tracy will strike back in other ways by edging Drew out of ELQ, and this could be the start of a very ugly rivalry between Tracy, Drew, and the rest of the Quartermains. Does Drew need to hit rock bottom before he redeems himself? Will things get far worse before they get better? With Leslie Charleson's passing, this means the show will have to address Monica Quartermain's absence at some point soon. As the show films some weeks ahead, the soap might be currently developing a tribute show for Monica and Leslie that could take place as early as May or possibly in the summer. Will Monica's passing be the thing that shakes Drew up enough to change his ways? Will the show possibly have the two talk before Monica passes away? Can she get through to Drew? Only time will tell. Could Drew go on a road to redemption? General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grahn was furious when Donald Trump won the election. Once she got over the shock of it, she started getting vocal on social media, and ahead of the weekend, she shared a meme that mocked him. Many of her ABC fans appreciated the humor. GH fans saw on social media that the real-life Alexis Davis isn't afraid to troll the president or other people who are too far right-leaning for her liking. In fact, she jokingly credited her daughter Kate for the arrest of Nick Fuentes. At the time, the ABC personality said that Kate put a spell on him at her concert. On another occasion, Nancy Lee Grahn mockingly said that she broke the rules because if Donald Trump can do it and get away with it, then so could she. Back then, she took photos at a venue that didn't allow that. Once again, her sassiness made her General Hospital Alexis Davis fans laugh. The GH star took to her Instagram ahead of the weekend and shared a meme that mocked President Donald Trump. It showed Bishop Marion E. Budd, who lectured Trump at the Canterbury service. In the meme, the bishop flicked a crown off Trump's head. The meme wasn't credited to anyone by Nancy Lee Grahn, but cleverly, the text on the meme said, "Bishop takes king." Of course, that's a reference to the game of chess, and politics is rather chess-like, especially as the president enjoys a game of chess, but he isn't ranked internationally, despite rumors that he's brilliant at it. General Hospital spoilers reveal that one of the new developments in the General Hospital storyline is escalating, altering the landscape in Port Charles. However, the real shock to everyone is the news of Michael's return, an event confirmed in a significant plot twist. Michael's return is not only a joy for the Corinthos family, but also opens the door to a series of new issues and tensions. After a long absence, Michael returns with many unresolved secrets, bringing the relationships within his family and the community into a whirlwind of new conflicts. Michael comes back with significant changes in both mindset and goals, which could shake the already tense relationship between him and Sonny. Will Michael's healthy return help Sonny feel like he's found a way to heal their past rift, or will it further expose the cracks in their relationship? Meanwhile, Michael's return puts immense pressure on those around him, particularly Carly, who must make difficult decisions about loyalty and how to protect the family from new threats. Moreover, news of Michael's return will stir others in Port Charles. Secrets from the past, unsettling forces, and enemies waiting for an opportunity will gradually surface, increasing the complexity of the storyline. Michael's return is not just an emotional highlight, but also a challenge to the Corinthos family's unity, plunging them into unexpected conflicts. Will Michael become the key to resolving these conflicts, or will he be the source of even greater turmoil? The upcoming developments promise to be filled with drama and surprises, elevating the General Hospital story to a new level. Michael may be falling into more danger than ever before, as his treatment in Germany seems to be about more than just his health, hiding a much larger conspiracy. Manipulated by mysterious forces, Michael is becoming the center of a haunting story, where every decision and action could change the course of events in Port Charles. The advanced treatments he's being exposed to not only aim to help him recover, but also seem to be designed to influence his mind and loyalty. This raises the question, who is truly controlling Michael, and what is their ultimate goal? This new obsession not only weighs heavily on Michael, but also deeply affects the Corinthos family. Carly and Sonny, already concerned about his health, now face the fear that they might lose Michael in a completely different way. A change in Michael's behavior and thoughts, if it happens, would be a devastating blow to the family, especially since Michael has always been one of their most important pillars. Carly, in her intense protective instincts for her son, may try everything to pull Michael back, even if it puts her in danger. This storyline doesn't just open family conflicts, but also sparks tension throughout Port Charles. Other forces, including Sonny's enemies, may exploit Michael's situation to carry out larger schemes aimed at toppling the Corinthos family's dominance. The escalation of these plotlines will not only place Michael at the center of a dangerous conspiracy, but will also push everyone around him into a difficult position where loyalty and trust will be tested. Notably, Michael, whether inadvertently or intentionally, could become a tool in the hands of those controlling him, causing unpredictable consequences. The secrets behind his treatment program in Germany will gradually be revealed, promising to completely change everyone's perception of Michael, as well as those behind the conspiracy. Michael's return with these massive changes is not just a shock, but also a catalyst for new conflicts and tensions in Port Charles. The Corinthos family, already facing many challenges, will now be pushed into a new cycle of stress. Will Michael escape the manipulation and regain himself, or will he become a pawn in a dangerous power game? The upcoming twists promise to be filled with drama and emotion, taking General Hospital fans to a new chapter full of surprises in Port Charles. Carly returns to her hotel room in Germany and is a wreck. There is a knock at the door. Carly answers it, and it's Brennan. She asks what he's doing here. He explains that he had a meeting in London and came to check on her, and it seems he was right to do so. Carly invites him in and suggests they order room service. They sit down for some tea and discuss Michael's decision to be here and at this clinic. She laments that she isn't being given access to her son, so he suggests she could transfer him to Johns Hopkins. Carly says this clinic was Michael's choice. Carly is even more emotional because Michael was burned because of Sonny, and she brought Sonny into Michael's life. Jack tells her there is no point in dwelling on mistakes of the past, as it's a path to madness. Jack tells her that early in his career, a mission went wrong, and a fellow agent was killed. He lost a good friend, but he couldn't preoccupy his thoughts with what if, as you can't change the past. Carly has had to face that scenario before when she lost her son, Morgan. Carly plans to go back to the clinic and see Michael. This time, she won't let them keep her out. Jack offers her a ride, and she accepts. At the gatehouse, Willow leaves Drew a message letting her know she and the kids are okay. Nina arrives with breakfast for her and the kids and asks how being back here is. Willow admits she feels she made a huge mistake. As they sit down to talk, Tracy waltzes in and says it's time to set some ground rules. Nina says Tracy can't barge into Willow's house, but Tracy says it's Monica's house and they are tolerating Willow's presence. Willow informs Tracy she only came back here for Monica's sake. She threatens to have the kidnapping charges against her reinstated, which she could easily do. Tracy calls Willow untrustworthy and says there is a little more Nell in her than she thought. Nina defends her daughter and says Tracy has no right to talk about Nell. Willow points out she can up and leave with the kids, and Tracy will have to explain that to Monica. Tracy backs down, but says there is one non-negotiable condition, and that is Drew cannot visit her as he's banned from this property permanently. Tracy leaves, and Nina says she's proud of Willow for standing up to Tracy. Willow says she couldn't have done it without her mom. However, she's wondering if she should do as Drew suggested, take the kids, and move back in with Nina. Nina tells Willow that she compromised with Sonny and Carly, and with Tracy, so keep trusting her instincts. The effort she is putting in will lead to an amicable resolution between her and Michael when the day comes. Willow agrees to stay, but says she will miss her mom. Nina says she won't give her a chance as she'll be here all the time. Willow is happy to hear, and they hug. Drew arrives at Aurora to talk to Curtis, but his former friend doesn't think Drew has anything to say that he wants to hear. Drew knows he hurt him and made mistakes, but he wants them to try and pivot away from his mistakes and find something that can work for the both of them. Curtis doubts he can say anything to sway him. Drew asks him, for the sake of how long they've known one another, to hear him out. Drew hates not having control of his company, a company he created. He feels they can come up with a stock sale that gives him ownership of his company back, and he'll honor Curtis' contract. Drew says Michael's moves were only to punish him, and he sees Curtis is doing well in the CDO role, so it makes sense he gets ownership back. Curtis says he'd rather resign than take Drew's deal. Curtis states he wouldn't betray Michael if he was in the office down the hall, and he won't do it when he's in a burn unit. He says it was Michael who warned him about his dear friend Drew, a man he doesn't even recognize. Curtis asks, "What the hell happened to you?" Drew explains when he was given the opportunity to run for Congress, he was exposed to a whole new world, and he and Willow ended up developing a real connection. Curtis says, "Whatever you have to tell yourself." Drew points out not all marriages last. Both of their first ones didn't. He says pushing Willow away won't help Michael or Willow at this point. He also knows he made mistakes that led them to where they are now. Curtis says Michael will recover, and he would rather have Michael in his corner than Drew. Drew gives Curtis one final chance to consider his offer, as without Aurora's money behind him in Congress, he has no reason to protect the company. Curtis can't believe he'd sink the company and orders him to get the hell out. Trina spots Joss in the hospital halls and asks what she's doing here. Joss says she's stopping a murderer. Joss explains she is trying to get answers about Dex's death. Trina understands. Joss asks her friend if she's here to see her mom, but Trina admits she's here to visit Kai. Joss thinks it will be good for Kay to see her. She says Trina isn't from the football world, which is Kay's whole identity, so she will be good for him. Joss asks what's in the bag she has, and Trina says she brought him some shakes and bars from Aurora Wellness. Joss decides to head off and says she'll see Trina at home. Stella visits Kai, who is hopeful he's getting out of the hospital really soon. Stella says he has a lot of work ahead of him, and she doesn't want him to push it and set his recovery back. Kai promises not to do anything that will get in the way of his progress. Stella urges him to take the time to heal, as he has his whole life ahead of him, and he'll need his arm when he's done with football. Kai tells her that he can't enter the draft this year, so he'll be at PCU for another year. Stella admits she likes hearing that, as she loves watching him play for their home team. The doctor comes in, and Kai asks what the good news is. Meanwhile, Stella departs and runs into Trina in the hall. Stella is glad that Trina has come to see Kai, and feels it will do him good. Trina goes to see Kai, whose entire expression has changed. Kai says he just talked to the orthopedist and will never play football again. Joss visits Turning Woods and asks the woman at the front desk about a volunteer position. The woman says there is one slot open, so Joss asks her to sign her up. Lulu shows up to see Maxie at Deception, but she's not in her office. When the phone rings, Lulu answers it as Maxie comes in, listens in, and tells her that her technique has improved since Crimson. Lulu asks if that means she's hired. Maxie says she's overqualified and would be miserable here. Lulu asks what is really going on. Why doesn't she want her to have this job? Lynn arrives and asks why Lulu is here and if Maxie hasn't told her that they aren't hiring her. Lulu realizes Maxie was trying to protect her from Lynn's decision. Lynn explains she has a stake in this company, and Lulu would be her assistant, which would make for an uncomfortable work environment. Lulu doesn't understand why Lynn hates her, as she didn't come in between her and her boyfriend. Lynn did that to her. Lynn tells Lulu she feels like with her here, that she'll be on her toes as she thinks Lulu will wait for her to make a mistake and criticize her. Lulu says she doesn't do that, but Maxie says Lulu does, and Lynn does it to Lulu. Maxie cuts to the chase and says Deception has had a lot of ups and downs over the past year with personnel. Lulu says she's sorry to have used her friendship with Maxie for the job, and she'll go. Maxie and Lynn stop her and feel for her, as she was in a coma for 4 years, and then had her liver fail on top of everything. Maxie says they all got tested to see if they were a match, including Lynn. Lulu didn't know. Lynn explains there is a lot she doesn't know, including how Tracy stole the company from Lucy, and Maxie was the one who kept this company going and a success. Lynn says that's why Deception means so much to Maxie. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.